thirsty ass. Yo, what's good people, it's that GTLD and I'm back with another video, man. Now the setup is a bit crazy right now. I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm in my hotel room in Saudi Arabia. I told you guys my job involves a lot of travel, man. So if you guys want like travel vlogs and stuff, let me know, I do that. Let me know in the comments if you guys want travel vlogs. But today in this video, I'm gonna be talking to you about how to get waves fast, okay? I'm gonna be telling you guys step by step how to use everything we spoke about in the previous video in order to get waves fast, all right? So make sure you smash the like button, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you put the post notifications on, man, because I'm coming with those gems. I told you, man. We about to get you wavy for summer, man. So you know, let's go.
Even you what do for a decent house and a plate of food. Better pay, don't make the news. That's right.
Okay, so I told you that I'm gonna tell you how to get waves fast. So quick, fast, let's get into this video, man. Now, obviously, you need to make sure you get all the things that we spoke about in the previous video. All of the essential stuff, you need to get that, and then the should have stuff, you should get that as well, okay? So if you haven't watched that video, a card will come up in the top right. A card will come up in
stupid. Anyway,
there'll be a link in the description to go check that video out. It will also be in my Wave 101 playlist, alright? Link in the description for that as well. That's gonna tell you everything you need to know about getting waves. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail in each of these different things and each of these different steps, because otherwise this video will be mad long and no one has time for that.
ain't nobody got time for that.
So what I'm gonna do is at each stage in this video, when I talk about certain things, say for example I'm talking about brushing, I'll let you know if I'm gonna make a separate video going into detail on that specific area and if it's gonna be part of the Wave 101 playlist, alright? So I'm gonna make other videos going into more detail around some of these different areas, so don't worry about that. But for this video, we're gonna go straight into it, man. So the first thing that you're gonna need to do if you're gonna get waves, the first thing that you're gonna need to do is figure out what your hair texture is, okay? Figure out what your hair texture is, because learning about your hair texture is gonna teach you how you need to look after it, how you need to moisturize it, how you need to brush it. Everything from this stage onwards is gonna be dependent on your hair texture and your curl pattern, all right? So you need to figure out what that is. So there are three main types, okay? You have straight hair, medium, and what people call coarse, or what I will refer to as kinky, all right? So when I say kinky, I'm referring to coarse hair. Now, the reason why I don't like using coarse is because coarse basically just means dry and brittle. That's what happens when you don't look after your hair. Coarse hair does not need to be coarse. They call it coarse because it's very easy for it to get coarse if you don't look after it. But it's not really coarse, so I call it kinky, alright? Now, I'm gonna go into much more detail around hair textures, curl patterns, and how that affects your wave journey in the Wave 101 playlist. So there will be a video for that in the Wave playlist, so make sure you check out the playlist, man. So once you figure that out, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is get a low haircut, alright? Step 2, get a low haircut. Now, what low means is gonna depend upon your curl pattern, alright? So if you have straight hair, low might be like a 3, alright? If you have medium hair, low will be like a 2. And if you have coarse hair or kinky hair, low will be like a 1, alright? So you need to cut your hair low all around your head. Cut it low everywhere. Step 3, figure out what your wave pattern is, alright? So you're gonna figure out what your wave pattern is going to be, alright? Your wave and your crown pattern. I'm telling you this because if you don't do both, you're gonna end up screwing yourself over later on, alright? So a wave pattern, there are 3 main wave patterns.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
I lied. There are 4 main curl patterns. So you have 180 waves. Those are just straight like this. They don't go all the way around your head. They're just straight down. Those are relatively easy to get. That's the first one. You also have 360s to go around your whole head. That's what I have. Those are a bit more difficult than 180s, take a bit more management. Next, you have 540s. 540s are a bit slanted. So they're like 360s, but they slant around your head, all right? And then lastly, you have 720s. 720s basically go straight from the middle like this around your head like that, all right? So those are 720s. So you're gonna need to decide which one of those you want as your wave pattern, and then your crown, you're gonna need to decide whether you want your crown, which is the bit where your hair comes out. You need to decide whether you want that to just be circles, we call that a beehive, or if you want that to kind of swirl around, alright? I'll go into more detail on wave and crown patterns, but you need to decide what your pattern is going to be before you start. It's gonna save you so much time. Trust me, I'm telling you from experience. So step 4, once you've decided what your wave pattern is going to be and what your crown pattern is going to be, is brush, alright? Now your hair's gonna be low, so you're gonna start off with a soft brush. Start off with a soft brush and just brush your hair in line with your wave pattern. If you chose a 180, then you're simply just gonna brush straight, nice and easy. If you're going 360, you're gonna wanna brush at 4 angles. Right, I'll get into more detail about brushing and brush angles, don't worry about that. But you're gonna wanna brush just like this, from your crown to your hairline, on the front, the back, and the sides, alright? Now 540s is gonna be similar, except you're gonna slant it. So you're gonna slant it like this, simple. And then 720s, you're gonna just slant it again. But when you're first starting out, I would recommend you reduce the amount of angles that you're brushing, simply because it's very easy to get these angles wrong. So the fewer angles you're brushing, the less chance you have of messing up your head and having to correct things later on. Now, if you're a bit more experienced with brushing and you kind of know what you're doing, go ahead, do the full brush angles. I'll get into that in another video, but stick to the easier ones for the time being, okay? Once you're brushing for a while, your hair started to grow out, you can switch from a soft brush to a medium brush, and then once your hair's grown out a bit longer, you're gonna switch from a medium brush to a hard brush, all right? You make sure that you are brushing the entire time, which takes us nicely through to step 5, all right? So step 5, moisturizing your hair while you're brushing, all right? So you never really wanna brush your hair while it's dry. Now that doesn't mean that you have to put product into your hair before you brush it. No, just make sure that your hair remains moisturized. So for example, if you've moisturized your hair the previous night, most likely won't need to do it again today if you've done it properly. I'll do a whole video explaining how to properly moisturize your hair depending on your hair porosity. Hair porosity is important. I'm gonna do a whole video on that as well. But remember these key terms, man, trust me. Your hair porosity is essentially just how well your hair takes in moisture and then retains it as well. That's all about your hair porosity, and a lot of people don't know about that. That's why they don't know how to moisturize their hair properly. So I'm gonna make a video talking about hair porosity, talking about how to properly moisturize your hair depending on your hair porosity, also talking about different products that you can use to moisturize your hair. So with that being said, you're brushing your hair regularly every single day without fail. I would say at least brush for an hour every day. If you want to get them fast, brush for an hour every day. So then you want to save that process. If you're playing a game, you don't go past 5 or 6 levels and then not save your process, your progress. It doesn't make sense. So you want to save that progress. And the best way to save that progress is with a DURAG, man. So you want to make sure you get yourself some DURAGs, and you want to wear DURAG as much as possible. At a bare minimum, you should be wearing your DURAG every single night. Do not go to bed without a DURAG, because you will be playing yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And then you'll come back on this video and cry that you don't have waves, and I won't be able to help you. I'll probably laugh at you. Because I told you to get a DURAG and wear it to bed every single night, and you didn't listen. So that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, make sure you get a DURAG, wear it to bed every night, and as much as possible during the day as you can. Simple, because that's gonna save your progress. The rule is, if you're not brushing, you should be wearing a DURAG. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you what they are. So, step number 7, I think we're on. Yeah, is you wanna wash your hair once a week. Right? You wanna wash your hair once a week. Now, the reason why you wanna do this is because you want to get dirt out of your hair. You want your hair to be healthy. At the end of the day, waves with dead hair is gonna look crap. You want your hair to be healthy. You want your hair to be clean. The best way to do that is to wash your hair. But particularly if you are a kinky hair waver, don't wash your hair more than once a week. Even if you don't have waves, just natural hair, don't wash your hair more than once a week if you have like kinky hair, because you're just gonna ruin your head. Unless your hair, like your scalp, is really mad oily. If your scalp just gets really oily, then cool, innit? Wash your hair more frequently than once. I'd say twice max. But if not, once a week will do the job for you. Now, obviously, if you have looser curls and you know you start getting to like straight hair, you might need to wash it a bit more frequently. But yeah, maximum twice a week for coarse hair waver, minimum once a week. You want to wash your hair minimum once a week, regardless of your hair texture. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to wolf. Okay, you're going to wolf. Now, wolfing is the process of growing your hair out over an extended period of time while brushing. Okay, the while brushing is important. A lot of people leave that out when they talk about wolfing, because if you're not brushing, you're not wolfing. You're just growing your hair. That's not wolfing. You have to be brushing to be wolfing, which is why I say brush your hair at least 1 hour every single day. Okay, so you want to wolf, grow your hair out over an extended period of time while brushing. That means no haircuts. I know the man them, you want to look good, you want to look fly and that, I get you. You can't be getting no haircuts, man. If you have kinky hair, you want to wolf for at least 3 weeks, maximum 4. So you want to wolf for 3 to 4 weeks. If you have looser curls, due to straight hair, you can go up to 6 weeks for your first wolf. I wouldn't recommend going any further than that. If you really want to, you can get a lineup after 2 weeks. So I don't know if y'all can see, but you all see my beard is sharp. So I'm wolfing right now. I did get a lineup. I got a little taper on the side as well. So you can get a lineup, you can get a taper, you can get a little fade, but especially if you're going for 360s, don't get those high fades because you're just gonna ruin all of your progress, man. Get a taper in the corner here. Yeah, that's the most I would do. I would say don't even do that. Just get a lineup. That's all. Get a lineup, because you want to make sure that you're saving all of your progress. And if you get a haircut, especially if you go skin, you're just taking away all of your progress. So don't do that. Then the last stage, you're gonna get a haircut. Now, when you get this haircut, you're not gonna go as low as you did the first time. All you're doing with this haircut is taking your hair back down to a manageable level where you can continue to wolf. Because otherwise, especially as it's your first wolf, you're gonna suffer from what's called over curling, all right? That's where your hair just looks frizzy, it's not good, it's not laying down. That's not what you want, right? That's gonna be counterproductive to your progress. Haircuts can be such a key part of maintaining and getting waves, especially when you're first starting out, because if you get your haircut wrong, you're just gonna erase all of your progress, all right? If you have kinky hair like me, at this stage, I would say you go down to a minimum 1.5. That's the lowest you should go, no lower than that. I would recommend you go to a 2. I would recommend a 2. If you really want to, you can go to a 1.5, but I would recommend a 2, all right? If you have looser curls, you're gonna go higher than that, 2.5, 3. If you have straight hair, 3.5, cool. But no lower than a 1.5 if you have hair like mine, where it's kinky, small, tight curls. I know some of you might think you can go lower than that. Nah, don't do that. Even if your barber recommends you go lower than that, don't do that. Don't do that. Tell him to shut up. Shut up! Okay? But I would recommend you go for a 2. Alright. But anyway, so once you've had that haircut, you're going to repeat steps 4 through to 9 again. You're gonna brush, except this time you're probably gonna start with a medium because your hair's gonna be too long for the softie, unless you have like straight hair. Maybe for some medium hair wavers as well, you might still be able to use a softie. But yeah, most of you will probably be on the medium. When it gets longer, going with the hard, you're gonna wolf for 3 to 6 weeks depending on your hair texture, all right? Making sure that you wash once a week and you DURAG every single night. And then once it's time to get your haircut, get your haircut, man. And now this haircut, you can go down to like a 1.5, all right? For hair like mine, you can go down to a 1.5. Medium hair textures go to a 2. Straight hair, I don't really know for you guys. I can't tell you. My hair's so different to yours. But what I can do is link you guys to some wavers that know what they're talking about when it comes to straight hair, because I don't have straight hair. But yeah, you get your cut a little bit higher. But yeah, that's really it, man. By this point, you should have waves. You'll be ready for summer, man. It's like 2 months of work. We're in March right now. That'll take you through to May. You Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be spinning for summer, bro. I'm really giving you guys the keys, man. Everything I spoke about in this video, whether that's hair textures, curl patterns, whether that's haircuts, whether that's products, porosity, brushing, all of that stuff. I'm gonna put all of that in the Wave 101 playlist, man. So make sure you check that out. Link in the description below. Yo, listen, if you guys want travel vlogs, let me know, because like I said, I'm out here in Saudi Arabia and that. So if you guys want travel vlogs, let me know, because I don't really be doing interesting shit because I don't have a reason to. So if you guys give me a reason to, then I'll do some interesting stuff and record it. But yeah, it's been that G-Tower D. Make sure you like this video. 10 likes. Let's get 10 likes on this video, man. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Wave to the world, and I'm out.